that says start before you're ready. And so to Impact Hub, we'd like to say thank you for letting us start before you're ready. And with that, I'd like to introduce Robin and Dan to say a little about Impact Hub.
How's it going? I had no idea what to expect this morning. This was a wreck. I mean, there was drywall everywhere, nails and hammers and construction crews. So they did a great job cleaning it up. We're just excited that everybody's here seeing what's going on. This has been a couple years in the making, and we're about 2 months away from launch. Imagine this place just hustling and bustling. We have private offices. 14 out of the 16 are already spoken for, believe it or not. So there are 2 left. There's a bunch of private permanent desks. There's co-working. So co-working memberships start as low as $40 a month just to be a Connect member, to be exposed to the Impact Hub. We're a global network. There's 77 of these around the world. It started in Europe. So I was just talking to somebody. Imagine if sustainable architecture lectures happen in Madrid, and you have a big screen up here, and you want to come and hear what they're talking about. Let's do this, right? Let's get connected, right? Let's say you're working in a coffee shop. Why not work here? You know, you could work here. We're providing coffee, we're providing iced tea, we're providing fruit water, and we're providing a lot of interesting movers and shakers in the community that are going to be right around you. We want you to collide. We want you to start businesses together. We want you to connect. We want to create community. So that's what we're doing here. We have a couple sponsors already. We're going to be doing a tech lab. We're going to be having educational classes, teaching kids and young engineers how to make hardware, how to make circuit boards. A company called Aerotech donated a couple workbenches with soldering irons and microscopes. Aero Electronics, they're going to be holding, they're the biggest electronic distribution company in the world, and they're going to be holding classes as well. We're going to have tons of entrepreneurs speaking. We have startups here at UC Santa Barbara Gray School of Environmental Management is going to be here with a couple of their startups. Several other offices. We have a cafe that's coming up. We're connecting with the food liaison out of Carpinteria, sourcing a lot of local, delicious, yummy food, and wine and beer as well. So if you're working here and 5 o'clock comes and want a beer, you don't have to go anywhere. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for, Summers and Jock a couple months ago came up, and this place was a wreck. We're like, we want to have it here. I'm like, okay. If you want to have it here, we're gonna have you have it here. So thank you for there's a bathroom code. There's no bathrooms here, so you have to go to the bathroom. It's right next door. Just come talk to one of us with the red shirt for Summers. And here's Robin.
Real quick, I know we want to hear the wonderful panel, but if you guys want to have programming in here, if you want to have a workshop, an event, I'm your lady. My name is Robin Helander, and there is going to be some fun stuff happening in here. So we have all kinds of programming for nonprofits, entrepreneurs, all kinds of programs to allow us to grow our businesses, thrive, get excited about working together collaboratively. This whole area is going to be able to move around and turn into event space just like this. So Robin Helander, and definitely contact me if you have plans, and we can work out something that works for you. So,
Thank you, Impact Hub. About 2 hours ago, I, along with all of the gentlemen standing in the back, were all wearing workout clothes, carrying brooms. So we are thrilled we were able to pull it off and look somewhat professional tonight. In addition to Impact Hub, we have some other amazing sponsors at Mentorship Works. SoCal IP Law Group, First Click Inc., who is doing our social media and recording us this evening, Cabana Home, and then we'd like to thank our food and beverage sponsors, Opal Restaurant and Bar, Los Agaves, Los Agaves Restaurant, and Bon Affair Wine. So please continue to Jacques and I met at Silicon Beach Fest just about a year ago, and I was new in the Santa Barbara area and didn't actually know many people and was kind of struggling to find a home for my business. And Jacques and I met, and I was in a pitch competition, and he liked my story, and he said, why don't you come hang out at New Spirit? So New Spirit and First Click have become my first home in Santa Barbara for my business. And when we talk about mentorship working, there's no question that it does, because Jacques has mentored me. I have had the benefit of mentoring with the gentleman at First Click, and that relationship established something, and my business has flourished because of it. So Jacques, welcome, and thank you.
We're going to have an amazing night. We're going to hear from 3 very fantastic, successful female entrepreneurs. Academia and business will be covered. A little bit of background on Mentorship Works. It's an organization about 3 years old. We have events like this free to the public. We really just take $20 from you guys to cover our costs. So otherwise it's free. So all the proceeds are going back into the event, back into the organization itself. We also connect mentors and mentees in the community. So if you decide as a result of tonight's event that you should be connected, either as a mentor or mentee, let us know. You basically fill out a form online, and then we have the pleasure of pairing you with somebody. And mentorship is really critical. I mean, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's going on in your business, to have somebody that is objectively involved, and I say objectively, it's a very important part of this, objectively involved, giving you feedback with no interest other than wanting to see you succeed. They don't have an equity interest, they're not making money, it's because they want to see you succeed. It's critical to success. So that's what we do at Mentorship Works. And so we're going to have Bernice, Dr. Ledbetter here, talk about some of the, really some of the things that she's developed and some of the things she's noticed in all of her data about female entrepreneurship. And then we're going to bring up our 2 panelists and have a discussion. So, paper here. Dr. Bernice Ledbetter is the chair of the Master of Science in Leadership and Management degree program at Pepperdine University. She teaches graduate level courses across a wide range of leadership topics. She's an award-winning teacher and recipient of the Howard A. White Award for Teaching Excellence. She's also authored several articles and book chapters and co-authored the book Reviewing Leadership and Evaluation of Current Approaches. And Dr. Ledbetter is a regular contributor on the Huffington Post blog, offering practical advice to women in leadership. She's also the director of the recently created Center for Women in Leadership at Pepperdine University. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Dr. Bernice Ledbetter.
What a great privilege it is to be here tonight. Isn't this great? I got to tell you from this angle, it's a little bit like the airplane, but that means we're going places, okay? So that's what we're up here for tonight. So it's a real honor to be with you this evening, and I want to give a shout out to anybody here who might be a Pepperdine graduate. Woo! All right, it's awesome. Welcome, it's so great to have you here. We do have a campus up here in Santa Barbara. I say up here. Obviously my geography is down there. Here in the community, the beautiful, amazing community of Santa Barbara, we're very privileged to be up here and have a presence here in this community. So it's my honor also to join my colleagues up here. So I want to share a few thoughts with you to kind of get our conversation going this evening about women in leadership and women in entrepreneurship. And some ideas that I have about how we might move the needle forward just a little bit on our behalf. Very firstly, though, I want to give many thanks to Summers and John Holmesley and Jacques and David, who made it possible for me to be here today, and also Trevor, student of mine in the Master of Science in Leadership and Management program at Pepperdine University. Thank you very, very much. So recently I had the honor of receiving an award from the business school. We're called the Grazia Dio School of Business and Management, and the award is called the George Award. It's named after our benefactor, George Grazia Dio, who one of his famous sayings is, "Today, not tomorrow." TNT. Anything that can be done today, do it today, not tomorrow. And he was full of many euphemisms about success and empowerment. So when I received that award, I made a comment that I believe that I'm one of the luckiest people I know, because I get to do what I love every single day. And I thought, isn't that the heart of entrepreneurship? isn't that some of the reason why we want to start our own enterprises? Because we want to love what we are doing every single day. And I think that's an important impetus. So I would not necessarily put myself in the category of an entrepreneur, but I do believe I'm an intrapreneur. I have started an enterprise within a larger organization, and that enterprise is the Center for Women in Leadership at Pepperdine. It had many of the characteristics of starting a business. I had to do a pitch. It was a kind of a combination of Shark Tank and tech. and the conditions were right, and the timing was right. And things worked out for us to start this center. It's an amazing opportunity to expand the reach of Pepperdine University and also to strengthen the leadership of our women student staff, faculty, alums, and women outside of our university like tonight. This all gives me great hope and great optimism. You know, shifts are happening, I think, in our world today. I really do believe this, that are playing right into our strengths as women in leadership. These shifts are enabling us to step into positions, start businesses at an accelerated rate, I believe. Every place I go, and maybe it's because I see what I want to see, but that aside, every place I go is talking about how do we advance more women in leadership. So something's happening in our world, and we're living in an incredible time. These shifts are playing right into our strengths. And here's why I think is an important reason why this is happening. So you've probably heard the term knowledge worker, right? So that signified a shift from the industrial age into the technology era, when we made our living and contributed our value through what we know, through our knowledge and our creative ideas. But today, things are changing. In fact, we're experiencing a tectonic shift, right? So many of you have it in your hand right now. We all have the device. That's not to call you out. We all have the device that leads to more knowledge. We all have access to the same knowledge. It's right there in our phone. So now, knowledge is no longer a matter of competitive advantage for us. Everybody has access to the same knowledge. But what's beginning to happen now, organizations, and I think many of your enterprises, and this very building that we're in today is a representation of this idea that I'm about to share with you. And that is, we're moving into an era where relationships are the most important things in organizations. It sounds so simple, but if it was simple, everyone would be doing it well. So the great organizations today are creating the means for strong, positive, personal and professional relationships to happen at work. So there was a wonderful article in Fast Company that talked about this, and I want to just comment a couple of comments from that article. The Fast Company piece said, the new corporate MVPs are not those with the best ideas. The most valuable players are those who can harvest the best ideas from others. So putting people together in spaces like this, creating your own enterprises where you're interfacing with lots of different kinds of people, those are opportunities to harvest the best ideas from others. And I suspect as entrepreneurs, you're very good at harvesting your own best ideas and also helping others to give birth to their creative and wonderful ideas. So you really are the organizational MVPs of today. We as women have some strengths in relationships, right? And so we're in a position to use some of our key strengths to enable ourselves to be more competitive, and if we choose to work inside of organizations, to make those organizations more competitive as well. Carrying on with that idea, recently Fortune said, there's never been a better time to be a woman entrepreneur because shifts are happening that play right into our strengths as women leaders. The national growth in the number of women-owned firms outpaces the number of men-owned businesses in the U.S., and that's especially true for women of color. As of 2014, nationally, there are nearly 9.1 million women-owned enterprises employing nearly 7.9 million workers and generating over 1.4 trillion in revenues. Shut up. This is great news.